Hello everyone and welcome back to All the Mods 10. We are back and in the last episode we did some good old storage cleaning. For one, this room is now useless, which is great. This room is borderline useless, which is also great, I guess. And we fixed up some other stuff. So all of that currently is in here, which is pretty cool. So in the time we've been offline, thankfully this hasn't filled up. There are certain things, like for example, all of that, like oak, the logs, the witch, the hazel, whatever they're called. Certain materials like that we can probably take out of the system and put them in drawers, and it would just be beneficial. You know what I mean? But for now, I'll tell you what, it's not a problem. To do that, what we would do, by the way, is this guy here that's connected with the storage bus. I'd probably just disconnect him, because then everything in our system would be whatever's in here. So we'd be able to check the system, be like, oh, sort it by quantity, which it already is, and we'd be like, oh, there's all this coal in here, for example. And then we'd know, okay, take that out, and it might free up something. But for now, looks like we're doing pretty good. We also have some backup ones, courtesy of our ME requester. So we've got a backup 16K storage cell in the system. So we'd still need to be able to turn it on. But that should hopefully keep things going. And then, of course, the Certus quartz as well. I might actually add a 0 to this, just so that we have both of these at a decently high level. Cool. Awesome. We also, very smallly... Oh, we set this up. Oh, but I didn't give it power. Yeah. Okay, so a few things we need to do. One is I need to finish automating that very thing, which is the cables. So if we search blazing... For starters, we wanted to make ender gates. Oh, and it looks like we are. I guess, did I actually automate it properly? Yeah, I mean, I guess we did. We do have some cables available, but I think you'll see... Is that how I go back? That's how I go back. I keep not knowing how to do that. I keep pressing escape, hoping I'll go back to the previous screen. Not how that works. You need to click the little arrow. Okay. I think in refined storage, it would give you a pop-up, and then you could close down that pop-up, whereas this like replaces the terminal with the pop-up. You know what I mean? Just a small little thing to get used to. Okay, we don't have blazing capacitors automated. Cool. That's what I wanted to check real quick. So, I already had blazing up there, but blazing capacitor. We had a recipe for that. Cool. Not much inventory going on here, but that might be okay. Give it a few seconds. And then we also need basic capacitor large. We already have the small ones, or I guess the normal ones, set up. So that's good. This guy here can get those. Bada bing, bada boom. Awesome. So we can get more ender gates in the future if we need to. For now, blazing, we can grab... We'll grab one of these for now. Cool. And I guess I'll chuck that there. Ta-da! So now it has power, which means in the perfect world, it will dig this stuff up. 20 seconds. Ignore redstone. Do the thing. Okay. Well, you know, you try. Really? What? Are they not called that? Certus quartz cluster. Ah, it's not a Certus quartz crystal. Cool. Certus, and then search cluster. So this is what we want. So we'll drag that in there. Ta-da! And now that will work. Now this will drop the items, but what? Does that mean anything? No, yeah, it just drops on the ground. Cool. So we can solve that with a collector of sorts. I was just seeing if there was one there. I believe Zycraft has these collectors, and we're actually we're getting a lot out of them. So we'll keep doing that. You can probably also hear I am still a little bit sick. So I apologize if I don't sound as pleasant. What did I just use? Sure, we'll pretend that's okay. All right, I'll chuck that there. I mean, it already looks like it was... Oh, well. I mean, the range on this thing would be ridiculous. Is this full? No. Don't know what the deal was there. We'll pretend it's okay. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Are we lagging? Last episode we weren't, but it's possible we are again. We are again. All right, I'll go solve that. That's just an easy fix. All right, we fixed all that. We're back to 20. We're good. It's just that storage problem with applied Energistics at some of the other bases. So that's all good. This guy looks like he's been up and running, which is awesome. So power's... we're good. So far, we're good. So What do we want to do? Now, I'll be honest. What I kind of want to do is fix up the visuals of the base, but I feel like that's not as entertaining, especially after my apparent hiatus, right? So I do think we need to do something. Now, I know we were working on nether stars for a bit. Now, as for what that was for, it might have just been to get the ball rolling on it. Now, like, look, there's benefits to having it. Like, I don't know, there's code, but that's pretty cool. Like, there's a benefit to having a nether star, right? Like, there's stuff you can do. There's different, like, shape cards, stuff. Like, there's things you get. Speedier, that was probably what it was mainly for, to be honest. Upgrading our speed, upgrades. Yeah. Which, honestly, pretty fair point. Now we've got one. That's it. How many wither skulls do we have? 12k, that's decent. How many soul sands do we have? Not much. We've got none, apparently. No soul sand at all. Oh yeah, we had sand and all that. So basically I was sort of like, let's figure that out. So in order to get the nether stars even running, we need soul sand. In order to get soul sand, we need sand. In order to get sand, that was a sentence, we need cobblestone. Now, we've got cobblestone here. It's just obviously not in the system. What's the easiest way to get it in the system? I really, I'll be honest, I hate everything here. Like, this room is just horrible. This room is doing too many things. Why'd you guys let me do this? Like, honestly, like, coming back at it with fresh eyes, I want to rip it all apart. So we might somewhat do that. I think I'm going to move the cobble gen. I might even put it in here. I don't know if I'm just recreating the problem by putting it somewhere else, but you know, the more stuff we take out of these rooms, the better we can make them, you know what I mean? So this guy, for example, I should be able to pick up. That shouldn't be a problem. Now, I will need our Paxel. You know what? Small chance I broke it. X. Okay. And it's not in here. No, it is in here. Cool. Now, this guy, his problem is he doesn't have mending, and he's not indestructible. Two downsides to our current setup. We've got a thing with frostbite. Do we have anything if I search mending? If I chuck a hashtag? If I chuck a hashtag, what do we get? We've got diamond pickaxe with mending. And silk touch. And silk touch? Okay, sure. Okay. Interesting. I'm tempted to take some mending off of that, but we'll see how we go. Otherwise, we search mending here. Do we have... These aren't mending. I don't know why they're there, but they are. Life mending. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at this. We can allegedly make it with an experience rod, 15 lapis lazuli and 21 levels. That might be a fun thing to do. Runic enchanter. This looks expensive. A normal enchanter. I say normal. An enchanter from mystical agriculture would be skulls. Experience essence, so we need to start growing some experience seeds. So currently this looks like the play using the enchanter from Ender.io. Let me just make sure I don't have one of those. We have an enchanting table. We have a couple somewhat adjacent stuff. We have this guy. Did this guy run out of stuff? Is this why we didn't have any Certus quartz? Because this guy was meant to be doing things and he got lazy and stopped. The stuff's also offline. I guess that's part of the problem. We can fix that though. All right, so Ender Gate. That guy's at least running. Breaking stuff. Stuff's going in there. Progress. That's pretty good. Cool. So I don't think we have an enchanter. I'll obviously check inside these buildings once more, just before I go out of my way to make this other thing. But I don't fully recall it. Like, I've definitely made it in the past, but I mean, it doesn't look like I've made it in this run through. Cool. All right, so enchanter. What do we need? We need dark steel ingots. Now, these guys we can make from a primitive alloy smelter out of iron, coal, and obsidian. Seems pretty easy to me. Primitive alloy smelter needs grains of infinity, furnace and stuff. Have we done grains this playthrough? Let's have a look. Probably not, by how few we have. Basically, to get this, I think it shows you in here, smelt deep slate or smelt bedrock. The deep slate, I think, gets used up, if I'm not wrong. The bedrock will just keep smelting. We'll keep... I'm pretty sure the deep slate gets used up or something, but yeah. Oh, otherwise, apparently you do it with an extractor. So we'll consider that. We'll contemplate the recipe. We'll bookmark it. There it is. But we probably don't need it for just what we're trying to do. All right, so where do I actually want to put this machine? Do I want to put it in the machine room that's up here? Or do I want to make a different area, arguably down here? I wouldn't mind just quickly patching up this wall a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to sort of make it a little bit tidier. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. Like I could come down here and then I could rip into the wall this way and then do something. I am definitely, yeah, I do want to do that, but I mean, we'll place it here for now. All right, cool. So what do we have? We've got plenty of coal. That's what we'll use. Then we'll attempt to get the rest of this stuff. So that's going to be iron. We've got the coal and obsidian. Cool. We'll grab a little bit more coal. Coal to power it, and then we'll chuck it. So I just chuck it all in? Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? So as you can see, not the fastest smelt in the world, but it should get us what we want, which is pretty cool. Then we'll get this guy. Now, the other ingredient we needed was this guy, the experience rod from Ender.io. So this guy's going to cost us solarium and energetic alloy. Solarium can be made in a primitive alloy smelter with soul sand or soil, which is pretty cool, and gold. Energetic is made out of glowstone, gold again, and redstone. Cool. That should be doable. For the enchant, we just need 4. So once this is done, I'll just rip everything out. As for the stuff that we have, that can be backpacked, 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 backpacked. Keep that. Pretty much everything else can just be thrown away, I think. And by thrown away, I just mean chucked in here. Boom, 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 boom. Now, look, there's a bunch of other stuff we still need to work on. Like the bee stuff has obviously just sort of been put on hold just because I haven't been playing. But like we'll get there. So for soul, we do have a bit of a problem where we only have 1 soul soil. I can just go and get more, but where's the fun in that? Let's instead make some with this recipe right here. Boom. Now, is there a Zycraft option? No. There is bulk. We have create now. And this is honestly a really good strat to get soul sand, and it's probably what we will do to fully automate it. But just for now, that should be enough. Now, next on the chopping block is gold. So we'll grab gold. While we're here, what are we looking like in the glowstone? Oh, we're doing, pretty decent. And then just some redstone. Hey, not too bad. So that should smelt up, which is cool. We got a bunch of thingy things happening, I guess. Sure, we'll take them. Now, what is this quest line? Because I might be able to get rewards from it. This would be somewhere on this list. It would exist. I can't even think of what the mod's called. Ender.io. Oh, do we have Ender.io? All right, let's use our eyes carefully. Ender.io. Ender.io. Ender? I don't see it. It's not real. Doesn't exist, not real. We didn't actually need to do that much, but that's okay. That works for us. Chuck that in. We only need 1 of these ingots, I believe. Then we can make our experience rod. And we're just going to pretend that that's going to work perfectly fine. And work as is. Enchanter. We won't place it here. We'll take it to where it's meant to be. Yoink. We'll hope that we don't need any of that stuff for a little while. Cool. That's not that's not where it's meant to go. Boom, boom. Cool. Okay. So, experience rod made like so. Lapi lazuli, potentially. Thank you. Awesome. This is not a real roof. We'll sleep. Get some visuals. Head over to the enchanting-ish area. And chuck this guy down and I guess see what we can do. So that's happening there. I think, I can either just place it along the wall here. Yeah, why not? Okay. And then I need a book, right? That's sort of another key component going on here. Book. 1 book, please. What? Paper, please. And book. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Book? No. How do I do it? What am I doing? Book and quill. Oh, okay. Cool. Book and quill. Power. Sure. I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. I do apologize. Does this have anything written in it? It does. Okay, cool. We won't use that though. We'll make a brand new one with an ink sac out of a squid beak. Because that's something that we had on hand. Yoink. Alright. This, that, and this gives us mending. How cool is that? So if I grab mending, and we find ourselves an anvil, I think from memory we had one in... Oh, I just saw it. There we go. I should be able to make this guy mend, which is pretty cool. Now, in order to repair it, there's a few tricks we can do. The trick I'm going to do is with a backpack upgrade. Hopefully, if we can. So in order to do that, we need a tank upgrade, I believe. Pumps the experience between tank upgrade and player. Yeah, so you need the tank upgrade to begin with. So that's going to be an upgrade base. We'll likely need two upgrade bases. One will be a tank upgrade. So we chuck that in the upgrade spot. Oh, I need to move that, I think. Nope. I wasn't reading it right. It absorbs some of the storage and chucks in a tank. Cool. I don't mind. If we mind in the distant future, we can change that. Next up, we need the experience pump upgrade. Now, we actually have bottles of enchanting, which is good. You can get these from Pillager Outposts, which you should be able to find with an Explorer Compass. Otherwise, apparently you can enchant a honey bottle. So that's not too bad. Or you can use a tank. There's like some XP drains, I'm pretty sure, in this pack. Mainly just getting at the fact that like there's a few ways to do it. XP drain. Yeah, like you can use that guy as well into a tank, fluids, blah, blah, blah. You can obviously just farm them up like that. But what I wanted to do was XP upgrade. Cool. So in order to do that, we need the pump upgrade, which needs a dispenser. Which needs a normal pump upgrade, so we need some glass. That gives us pump upgrade. Awesome. That gives us super pump. Advanced pump upgrade. And that gives us experience pump upgrade. Now, this guy is a very neat tool. We chuck him in, and suddenly we're gaining experience. No. We're turning our experience at the bottom into liquid experience in the backpack. Now, the part where that gets beneficial is obviously in the lower levels when you don't have an insane amount of experience as I do. It's just neat, I guess, to be able to store some in your backpack. But what you can also do is repair items with mending. So you can determine how much experience you keep in the system. We have so much that we don't need to worry about this pretty much at all, as long as it is pumping experience from the player. That's pretty much the only thing that matters at the moment, so that the tank stays full. Then if we have this toggled, which it is, repair items with mending, if I hold my Paxel, check out that. It repairs it. Now, it's draining from our experience bar only because it's draining from this tank, and so then it's refilling the tank. But as you can see as well, look at the durability. It's repairing our Paxel. Now, I do want to say that I feel like we set up something with a cool experience guy. This guy. Does he not fix mending? I think possibly if I hold this and click collect. No, that's not how that works. Either way, it's going to repair itself. Sorry as well for the constant pauses. As I'm talking, I'm getting like a tickle in my throat, and so I'm having to like stop and cough my lungs out, which is great. Okay, cool. So this is going to repair. It actually repaired very quickly. I was AFK for a little bit, but there we go. Ta-da. So what do I need to do now? By the way, we're about 20 minutes in, and I feel like now I'm feeling that performance hitch, right? How strange. How very interesting. If I chuck an F3, you can see in the top right, we're not chugging in terms of memory usage. Like it's not even, that's not even responsible for the lag. It's not collecting or anything. So I don't know. But I might have to chuck a restart soon. Just to I don't know, keep the quality going good. Okay. Yeah, so sand and stuff, that's what we're up to now. So what I think I'll do is I will break open here. So we'll scroll down into 3x3 mode. I think we will go like here as much as we can. We'll clear out the floor at some point. Some point TM. And then can I just go that way? I almost can. I think if I go like 1, 2, then I can probably just go this way. And like, yeah, we're going to hit water and apparently silverfish. Sure. But more so the point being that I should be able to get under the base without it causing a problem. And that'll just be good for, like, I guess, expansion reasons, right? There we go. So our tool's pretty much indestructible now, is, I guess, the other neat thing. I can't see anything either, if that's exactly what you guys were thinking. Lamp, torch. I mean, we can just chuck torches, I guess. Pow. If you guys know, like, look, there is a chance that it's the distant horizons causing this. In theory, I could just toggle this off. Have we gotten... It's feeling hitchy still. You know what I mean? So it does feel a little bit better. So we can leave it off, especially while we're under here. But let me know if you guys have any insight on what that might be caused by. Alright, we'll just tidy it up a little bit. Try to get rid of the water that's in here. If you were water... Oh, God. You know, that mod that lets you do that is great when you want it. And then when you don't want it, it's like, oh my God. Top 10 most annoying mods ever added to your game. Just because it'll do the... like, I'm used to being able to not place things above the water magically. So when I try to make use of this... like, if you started with only that mod, I feel like it would be great. But knowing how to play the game, that mod just becomes irritating. Also, what's with Silverfish Island taking place at our house? What's that all about? We may never know. But genuinely, I do not know why that's happening. Cool. Pow. Yeah, what, like, we've still got horrible frames down here. Sorry, I'm very intrigued by what it might be. I don't have anything else running. Alright, I chucked a restart. I'm gonna pretend that makes things feel better. We're gonna gaslight ourselves into thinking that. Cool. So here we are. Now, yeah, I want to do the stone and the sand. So, like, the cobblestone, the sand itself, and then the soul sand, possibly the soul sand under there too. So, so we don't have any cobble anymore. For reasons. There's certain reasons that are causing us to not have any more. Just between you and me, guys. Yeah, just between you and me, there's no more. Okay. Well, anyway. I thought I'd be able to... can't I pick you up? No. We don't have that mod, or at least it's not working for that. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll just... okay. This is fine. This is okay. Boom. There we go. We've got that. Alright, let's pick this up. Oh, wow. Okay. Look, it's got a green tick at the top. Okay, we're good. Pick you up. Should be able to pick you up. Cool. Well, yeah. Listen, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine. So we should be able to go into here. Cool. So, how do we want to do this? To be honest, I wouldn't mind having these next to each other just to produce things. So, for example, if we did have, like, lava under here, for example, we have Boon of the Earth, which is how we got that ore. So that's pretty cool. Boom. No. Okay. What, like, certain things are just so unfathomably frustrating. Do we not have any sort of, like, move at a reasonable speed underwater? It goes on pants, right? And it's called, like, depth striding. Man, that is... do we have it on a book? I'd do it in a heartbeat. That is so frustrating. Depth. That was... oh my god. We've got it on these boots. There we go. These boots are now better than our Crimson Steel. So now, if I were to crouch... okay, I actually have power. I have the ability to do what I want. Okay. So the idea is that I should be able to place lava there. Place down... place down this. And that generates us what? Nothing. But if I put cobble in it... generates cobble? Or the cobble goes under it. Do you guys know how the game works? I tend to forget. I've looked at it once and then never again have I figured it out. Water. Andesite, lava, andesite. Cool. So, water, stone. Stone gives you stone. Cool. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I were to get another compacting drawer, one of these guys, cool. And if I were to just place this guy down as well. If I were to place this guy here, he gets cobble? No? Oh, he needs water as well. That makes sense. Regardless, I've got stone under here. I've got cobble under here. I'm going to pretend that that's simply how it works. And we're going to place water. Yeah, looks like that's how it works. Awesome. Now, I'm a little bit glad that that didn't work straight away because I'm pretty sure I want the opposite of this, right? I kind of want our big shot to be getting us the cobble. So, in matter of fact, we want to swap these. So we want that to be stone. And, I mean, that's already just working as is. So that's a plus as well. There we go, cobble. And we got stone. Cool. So, again, I would like the stone to keep going there. And I would like the cobble to now go here. Now, it might not do that by default, or I might have the labels off, but if I chuck cobble in, will it now get more? What do we have? 162 cobble. And not a single extra cobble has gone in. Why? Alright, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure what's happening. If I take 2 stacks out, we're now at 1.9. Is this number going up? I mean, you would assume it would. But this number's not going up. The lava's still there, right? Like, we didn't lose the lava. The lava's still lavaing. I was thinking, oh, maybe it needs a source block nowadays, but that's... No, there's not water here. Is there water here? No, there's no water there. Why would there be water there? How's there not water there? What happened to our water? Does it use up water? Hold on. What? Did we have infinite water over here? There's no shot we did. Maybe it might have been patched since I played last, but... No, because the water was just here. Sure. Okay. That's fine. That's fixable. That's, that's not the end of the world. So this needs to be infinite water source. Having them next to each other now is honestly not the greatest idea, sadly. But we can still fix that by doing this. So visually, we're going to have to change some things. That's definitely a fact, but we'll see how we go. So the idea is I place water there. That becomes infinite. And then I should also be able to place water here. And there you go. Now they're both infinite. Oh, you know what? It looks like it eats some. Because, like, that guy's not yoinking any more water. Let's toggle our shaders off. It is all source block. Right? How dark is this for you guys? Is this not too bad under here? Even still? Because I can change some shader settings to make it not too bad. Cool. We'll pretend we're fine with that. Let's search floorboards. Let's go ahead and make some more of these if we can. And I'll probably make them out of connecting glass. So the idea here is that if we do this... we can get the benefits of things looking nice, but also we can have, ta-da, the water underneath. Cool. So this guy's working, as you can see, lots of stuff. This guy's full. Win. As for over here, I mean, we can just do that for now. That's not too bad. In fact, I don't mind doing that. We'll pretend that everything's fine. All right, cool. So we've got all this. Now our applied Energistics system is over here. It is currently connected through the back of the wall. We do have some wireless set up here. Do we have enough power for the wireless? Or is that a problem? Let's check this out. So if I chuck this on, all of these light up. They each use quite a bit of power compared to what we generate. Now what we generate is obviously what is here. This number is maintaining. Cool. This number also maintaining. Looks like it. I'm not opposed to getting more of these. Now, as a matter of fact, if we search culinary, I do have them automated. Meaning, if I want 8 more of these, all I need is cobblestone. How crazy is that? That's the only missing factor. So luckily we've just set this up. Because I'm going to hook this up with wireless is my plan. So if we search wireless, we would get 2 of these. And I've got a wireless, in fact, yeah, wireless setup kit. I should just be able to set up the network in here with its own channel, I guess. So this is done, right? So I want to hook these up with connection. So I'm just going to place it there. That feels good to me. We'll pretend. I'm going to then come up here and I guess place this guy down here. All right, so we're using 4 of 8 channels currently. Cool. I'm going to, what are my controls? Click to bind. I bound. Then we're going to run down here. I'm going to right click this guy. And now it's connected. Cool. And it's using, there's going to be lots of voice cracks while I'm still sick, just forewarning. 22. Not too bad. So what we'll do next is storage bus. Awesome. We do have cable on us. Might as well. In fact, we'll do 2 storage buses. So we'll chuck this here, this here. These, we want them to be lower priority. So we want them to not be used for storage, but we want them to be used as extraction. So in other words, when we need cobble, I want them to use this. When we need to store cobble, I don't want them to use this. I don't know what the play is there, actually. Maybe I want it to be 0, and we just want to click partition, so it knows, hey, only this stuff. And then I guess it doesn't matter. If it even can store stuff in here, it shouldn't be a problem. Arguably, void upgrades could be nice on these, but they're not needed. Sweet. So now if I chuck these here, that's 2 channels going into our connector. And then if we come up here, what do we have? We have 6 channels being used. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. And then this one specifically is giving us 2 more. That's my understanding. Whether or not these are doing 1 each, these might be doing 1 connection through that one, if that makes sense. Regardless, it works, okay? Alright, so what we can do is we can make that just a dense one. I think one of you guys suggested that to me a while ago. I don't know why I didn't do it. Maybe I just didn't have them on hand. But that's probably the play. So to make these dense, we can just chuck the ones we got together. I don't know how many we have. I'm pretty sure we can make these dense. I guess we're about to find out, right? So if we break these, does that connect? Oh, it does. Awesome. So we can chuck that there. And, I mean, these guys were running fine as is, so I'm happy to just have the top guy connected to dense at the moment. That gives us pretty much 32 channels that we can run through this guy. So we can pull them out and do some other stuff. So, what's that going to look like? Wonderful question. I'm thinking we just run some normal cables over here. And so, there's a few options we have. The main thing we want currently is sand, right? And more specifically, we want to turn cobble into sand. Now, I am a little bit, like we've definitely done something with sand because I've got all this compressed sand. I think what it was is that we could smelt sand, right? I think that was the idea. You could smelt a, or you could crush, yeah, you could crush a compressed block to give you sand. And that's pretty good. So like we've got compressed cobble, compressed gravel, yeah. So, how do we want to do this? It's going to be a lot of recipes. And I think we have them all in this room. Alright, so, I guess let's get started. So I would like some crushes from Mechanism. So these guys here. We don't have any of this automated, do we? At Mech. No. Okay. Do we have any quest rewards from Mech that's just going to allow us to not need to automate any of that? That'd be great. Mechanism. What you got for me? We got some stuff. That's good. Take that. Take that. Okay. We should probably just automate it. Now, automation for it. Where do we have like it sort of set up? We have a metallurgic infuser here. It's connected to power. That's all it's got going for it. So pretty useless, if I say so myself. I'm gonna pick this guy up. I'm gonna put him somewhere else and attempt to at least do a little bit of automation for him. Now, this room, ideally would just be like sand creation, as silly as that sounds, I guess. But I do wonder if we... Would this be underwater? That'd be into water. So what we could do is... Can we head that direction at that depth? Not really for long. We'd probably... We probably are better off just setting up like a staircase here that goes down. So like you can come through here to this level, go down, and there'll be more and more levels. That definitely makes more sense in my eyes. So let's go to some sort of mining. There we go. Interesting. Oh yeah, because we got like ocean or whatever this area is. I don't actually know. How am I going to solve this? This is horrible. What's the solution here? Do I just fill it with like dirt? I think that is the play, unless I've got like a sponge or like a super pump. I mean, we don't even really have that much dirt. I mean, I guess we don't need that much. But then it's like, yeah, let's just do cobblestone, because like I can just mine up cobblestone. I can ulti mine it. Okay, so where's the actual water? The actual water, I'm in the water. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, so I do this. I then change to this. Where do we have water? Okay. So we've got water at this level. I'm hoping to hit like the sweet spot where it goes, oh, no more water. All done. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Is that the sweet spot? Or do we have one more level? All right, how'd that go? We do have water draining. Not all of it though. I think that was the last one there. No. Alright, there is still more water, but I think we can make do with what we've got. We don't need to go that far down yet. We just kind of want to go maybe like 3 under. So maybe we do actually want to go a bit lower, but like sort of to this level. But arguably 1 lower. Just so that we have like a 3 high roof. And we have, you know, area to work with. And you'll be happy to know that I've now chucked a torch on. I know. Bravo. So yeah, I think I do like another... I also can't see the thing in the top left. I should probably just take this thing off, wherever it is. It's doing more harm than good at the moment. There we go, now I can actually see small square. No silverfish here, at least currently. Probably jinxed it, but that's right. Cool. So this will be area numero 2. I don't really know what this means for us, but it's what it is, really. Right. So we will grab more wireless. We should probably have this automated, but that's okay. Get some of that going. And we'll chuck this down here as well. Come on. I believe in you. There we go. So we'll have one there. Bound. I could just connect him to this one. But I think it is good to have them sort of with each other, I guess. Will that work? Allegedly it will. Cool. We'll pretend that that's A-okay. So then the idea is that I place a normal cable here. And I get a pattern provider. And essentially we just set up automation, right? Arguably an extended one would be nice, but that's okay. I should be able to place that. I should be able to place our metallurgic infuser. This guy has a bunch of stuff in him, which I wouldn't mind emptying. I don't know how long that will take. This guy, I should be able to search for forge energy. Can I search for FE? And just see like literal energy as a unit? Oh no, I might just need to grab an induction card. Induction card. Is that how this works? I chuck this in. Now it's powered? Yeah. Cool. So that should hopefully keep doing its thing. I might be able to get, if we search at mech, do we have any upgrades? Nope, that's okay. Any in our backpack? Nope. Alright, well, At the very least, I can chuck in like a bunch of iron or something to actually get this running. Just so that we don't waste all this redstone that we put in here. Whenever we did. Oh, server's restarting. Yeah. There's probably not too much of this episode left. I want to try to get a little bit more done, but what do you call it? I am still sick. Alright. Cool. Why didn't that work? Is that not how this works? That's not how that works. Really? Am I crazy, man? Am I madman? Am I crazy? I must be crazy, man. How am I crazy, man? Is it gold? Gold and red? I can't be that crazy, man. Maybe a little crazy, man, but not that crazy, man. What's going on? What's happening here? Copper. Ah, not fully crazy, man, because that didn't used to be a thing. Cool. Do your thing, Copper, man. All right, put that stuff away. What we can do is we can have iron pipes. That should be fine. Should be good enough for now. And a dim chest. Can't afford it. One dim chest. Can't afford it. We'll take it. Thank you. Chuck that guy there. Bam. Bop-a-da-pop-pop. Bam. Cool. This stuff can all go away. All the crazy loot we got. Wow, very nice. This guy. Item output. Cool. That's that taken care of. The bottom should be input and output. I kind of want it to be all of the above, but input and output might just work. It probably won't. And can I tell it to do the thing? Do you reckon it'll be smart enough? Now, how have we done this in the past? Let's try to think. One metallurgic infuser per recipe is probably just the easiest. And then I could just have this maintained with redstone, for example. So maybe one metallurgic infuser per type would make more sense. So what that would mean is that on the back here, we would instead have some exporters going on, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like a way to cheat it sort of thing, but like realistically, we should just do it properly. And then we'll be grateful in the future. So for example, we'll chuck this here. It's going to use an extra connection, I guess. There we go. For each one that we add, but it should be okay. This guy, we're going to say, hey, at the back is where you're going to get the extras. Ta-da! And so that should work. So what I should be able to do, now, to be honest, the input-output, I probably don't even need this. I think it'll auto-output into the pattern provider, but it's fine. To do that, I'll just have to do auto-eject on. That should work. This doesn't matter, right? This guy, we're going to have it do redstone. Ideally, we'll do enriched redstone just so that we're, getting our bang for our buck. We'll grab a crafting card, which will be this guy here. Pow. Chuck him in. And then we'll just need to add a recipe for it. Now, the recipe will go to an enrichment chamber, which we'll double check that that's hooked up. I think it is. Not here, but over here. Enriching factory. Yeah, so he's pretty much good to go. He just needs the recipe added. So that shouldn't be a problem. So that is enriched redstone. We're just going to say that. There you go. And that should be quickly, easily done. Pow. We'll eventually move this into our new setup, I guess. That'll probably be okay. Oh, he's already started. Good on ya. Alright. Now. Where does that leave us? What have we got out of that? We've got this guy automated with... He's just going to be filled to the brim, so that's probably not the way to do it. Next, we need new recipes. So we essentially need a recipe for each of these things we're doing. So better yet, what I could do is right-click here, right-click here, and get these recipes set up. So you, and you. These are 3 recipes that we should be able to do in the one machine. So if we click this here, remove the redstone, and just say, hey, chuck osmium into this machine, get basic control circuit out. And we'll do that for the rest of these as well. This one you can craft. We'll probably just do this though. This seems easier. We'll do that. Maybe not easier, but I don't know. I'll pretend that it's better. We'll do this. Cool. So I should be able to chuck these in. And good things should happen. So we can jump here. Pow, pow, pow. That should now be doable. And look, we've got plenty of redstone already. So what else needs to be done? What was the point of doing what we did? We want crushers automated. Now we also need steel. Few ways to get steel. Did we have an alloy kiln? Is it running? Oh, I actually thought we did. Huh. Okay, I guess we didn't. I really thought we did. We might. I don't know where it is, though. Alright, well, an alloy kiln works. I could just set up another metallurgic infuser and automate that. And I'll be honest, it kind of sounds like a fun thing to do. And so I think we'll just do it that way. So let's go metallurgic infuser. Get a brand new one that needs some furnaces. That shouldn't be a problem at all. There we go. So he'll go here. Wow. So beautiful. No power, that's fine. We'll do pattern provider. What? No crafting table. That's crazy, man. Wood, log. You know what? We had that automated as well. Right? We set up the thingy-majiggy that I can't even think of. Why can't I think of it? No, we did infuser. We want a pattern provider. The Steve's cart. Steve's cart was hooked up. Really? You're not gonna... Oh my god. Okay, can we just... Really, you need a vanilla craft? Like, just make one then, man. Okay, sure. Some things I probably should just make myself. Alright, there's that there. He will need an induction card. Grab a blank card. Bada bing. Bada boom. Induction card. Chuck him in. Cool. So we're powered. We'll do pretty much the same thing as before. So we'll say that can be input output. I can just do auto eject, I'm pretty sure. The back will be extra. And that should just be good. So we'll get export bus, I guess. Export bus. Whip. There we go. Pow. And so this guy will be doing the carbon. Enriched carbon. Yeah. Chuck that on there. Cool. He'll also need crafting card. Pow. Very nice. I'm left out of recipes for it, but that should work. That should fill up. That should be good. So we'll need a few recipes here. One is for the enriched carbon, which is going to be coal in this guy. We've got a lot of coal, so we'll do that recipe specifically, not the charcoal or anything else. There we go. For enriched carbon. And then we also want the recipe for steel. We do actually have some steel, but we definitely want more, I guess. Maybe. So to do this, how do I do? Oh, okay. Am I mistaken? Maybe I'm mistaken, and you can't do this. What am I thinking? Steel. I thought you could do... What's this used in then? Carbon. And so this will... Yeah. It gives you steel dust. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So it doesn't actually give you steel. So we want this recipe. Friendly reminder, you press A while hovering over something to bookmark it on the left here. And we want this recipe. So one of them is this. Saying, hey, iron gives you enriched iron. And one of them is this. Which again, I think this is just what we did previously. But I'm going to just use the machine because I can't... There's too many ways to do things, and I can't even think. So if I search steel, we don't have a recipe for it, so I'm just going to add this as a smelting recipe, okay? And I'm just brain hurty, but everything's going to be okay, all right? Pow. Guys, relax. everything's okay. I promise you, things will work. What's happening here? You're going to smelt stuff. There you go. And guess what? Guess whose lucky day it is? You get to make that. Enjoy. Alright, cool. So, if we run back under, a few things. One is this guy should be filling up with charcoal, or with carbon, I guess, which is cool. The other thing is if I want steel, it should work. Now, this will be slow compared to the crafting recipe. We might change it later, but I've done it. It's too late. But the main point being, will it work? Hopefully it'll work. The follow-up point being, I've got steel. Why couldn't I craft a crusher? No, I could. No, but I swear I looked at this. I don't know. Regardless, it looks like I can make at least one. And I can probably put the same recipe in each of them. Alright, cool. So, I do need stuff. Specifically, lava. Oh, which we've got. Cool. So I should just be able to pop. Awesome. Chuck them in as buckets. Crusher. Awesome. Now, the crusher I want up here. Crusher's going to go there. We're going to want stairs. For now, we'll do deep slate. And so the stairs will block the water in. I kind of thought they were deep slate bricks, but that's okay. Or at least polished. And then we can see underneath. So for example, for a pattern provider, we should still be able to see the pattern provider and access it despite having, you know, a walkable surface above it. Cool. I like that. I don't like that I can't reach that. I didn't really think that far into it. Well, what's a man to do now? I think I'll just run this down the back. That's probably going to be make the most sense, I guess. Can we... What do we... Fluix cable. Where art thou, Fluix cable? Cool. Pow. Awesome. So that's hooked up. That should work. This guy here, all I should need to do is say, hey, input, output, auto eject, and that should work. We will need an induction card, which will need a few other things as well. It needs one of these guys, a flux accessor, and another card. There we go. And that should now provide power. Cool. Okay. That's pretty good. Now for the recipes. So, I want to do cobble 2 times, if I can, into a crusher. Awesome. That's going to give me gravel. I want to be able to do gravel into a crusher. And I'm going to say, hey, that sand can actually give you 1 time sand. And I've already got a recipe for 1 time sand. So that's sand automated. Is it not? Let's have a look. Pow. If I ask for sand, I mean, it'll just craft it. If I ask for gravel, can it do it? Let's have a look. Awesome. It can. I mean, that's pretty much it. Let's make sure it actually can take it out as well. But I think we're pretty happy with that. Yeah, it did. So that's sand automated. The soul sand side of things. Soul soil. Is there any sneaky things we can do with that guy? Probably nothing standing up. I mean, dirt. Oh, interesting. But yeah, for soul sand, if I wanted to do that, I mean, we do have these automated, I believe. We could also do emerald for soul sand. That's not a bad idea. Realistically, we would just do the thing from create mod. Yeah, we'd just bulk Holland. I think that's for next episode. I think we'll be happy that we automated sand this episode. I will say the lighting, I'm not the biggest fan of. We need some white lighting in here. Now, I will say, do I have the thing on that makes stuff look cool? Let's have a look. No, I don't have colored lighting on. How difficult will that be to enable? My shader selection screen's broken at the moment. So this is what we have to, this is it. This is the extent of what we've got. Do these emit a white light at least? I mean, I don't really know. Is this brighter than what we've got? The thing itself's brighter. I don't know if it emits more light. I'll figure that out at some point, but cool. Awesome. Awesome, wonderful. I know we've done another video like this, but I think this is a lot cleaner. Visually, it might not. Oh, I think it will look better actually. But yeah, we've got stone for days. which is cool. We've got cobble for days, which is also cool. Arguably, storage upgrade. Arguably, I can chuck some of these in and store a lot more. And the benefit as well is it'll put the stone higher up, right? It'll bring it near the top. Cool. Why is that a benefit, I hear you saying? Because it lets us access stone faster. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. Was that all I was going to say? Thank you to our tier 3 channel members. I sounded like I was reading a thing. I was going through my brain. I was trying to re-access memory. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy, FunPhoenix13, and Space Trooper John. Thank you guys, and thank you for watching. You behind the screen right now. Yeah. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. Hopefully ATM 10 is still fun. I mean, I'm having fun. I don't care. I'm having fun. We'll see what we can do. Obviously, in the perfect world, we get the star at some point, but we'll see how we go. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.